Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be chatting about what happened in the Kaizer Chiefs game versus Magesi, and we're gonna be giving player ratings. And yeah, guys, summarizing the game, some good, some bad, and some ugly things. And also we'll give Nabi a rating. But before we get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Okay, let's get into that. The first part, Bradley Cross. Bradley Cross as our left back. What rating do I want to give him? He missed an open goal. He is like the attackers of teams are starting to use his side. They're exposing him. I like Bradley Cross, his work rate. I like sometimes he does he saves us with important tackles, but his overall game is I don't think it's the one. So Bradley Cross, I am going to give a 4. I don't think there's much I can say about that. He just didn't give us anything in this game. Next one, Dudley. Dudley, I'm going to give a 6.5. 6 to 6.5. I would give him less, but overall in the game, I think he was a marshal in defense. He was the one who controlled the defense of Kaizer Chiefs. But the one moment he had a lapse of concentration, this guy scored the first goal. So Dudley, 6 to 6.5. Next one, Msimango. Msimango had a very decent game. It shows that at least we have good backup for Miguel. So what I saw from Msimango was good enough for me to say at centre back, it's starting to look promising. So from what I saw, I'm happy with what I saw. So I'm also going to give him a 6.5. The first goal, he covered Frosler. There's not much he can do about that. The second goal, he was not involved. He did very good clearances with his head. 6.5 is a good rating for him. Because we conceded 2 goals, I don't want to give him a 7, but he actually had a decent performance. So 6.5. Frosler, his side got exposed, but it's not his fault. We were attacking with his side. He was meant to be covered by midfielders. That didn't happen, so we considered a goal. Frosler, I'm going to give a 5.5. Now, a lot of you are going to say, this man, what's wrong with him? But anyway, why I'm saying this is simple. Frosler keeps crossing the ball as if we have Malankanas. Guys, a part of me wants to ask a very specific question. Who in the Kaizer Chiefs lineup is even good with heading the ball? Is Rangachiva Vero good with heading the ball? No. Is Christian Saile, who's injured, good at heading the ball? No. The only good player at heading the ball is Castillo. But Castillo is injured, and half of the time Castillo is not even playing. He's on the bench. So crosser, when we are crossing, who are we crossing for? So this thing, and the thing that annoys me the most is that the crosses are always done by Frosler. But why does he cross the way he does? Frosler, I wish Frosler can go watch that Liverpool right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Watch how that boy, Alexander, crosses for players like Salah. He used to cross for players like Firmino, for Mane, and the ball always used to reach these guys' feet because of how he used to cross and the power he used to cross. Frosler, number one, if you're going to cross into the box, don't do this cross where you loop the ball. It must have power. It must just have power. You must kick like on almost a cross come short kind of pass. That is power. The moment you kick it in the air and it's like now floating, it gives these tall defenders enough time to recover. But if you hit a strong cross, these guys are not going to have time to adjust, and chances are it's going to find our players quicker. But the moment you put it in the air, these guys have time to adjust. They add numbers, they head. So Frosler needs to really fix his crossing of the ball. I feel like it's one of his weaknesses. I really don't like it. And number two, one thing I expect from Frosler, to be quite honest, I expect his crosses to be crosses that are lower with power. rather than high with no power. Frosler crosses as if Tina we have Lewandowski in the box. There's no Lewandowski in the box. There's no headering power in the box. So stop crossing as if we have Malankanas who can header the ball. So Frosler, for that, I'm even going to give you a 5. I'm even angry about that. People are saying I'm being emotional. I must just analyze the game. Hey, Baba, I'm analyzing the game, Baba. Hey, oh, now I want. But anyway, next one is in Jabulo Blom. In Jabulo Blom, I'm going to give a 6. A 6, not 6.5. Let me say 6. He's getting there. His fitness is getting there. It's showing that we have a. He is one of the solutions, but we still need another DM or who can play alongside him. Yes, we have Zwane, but I'll tell you Zwane's problem, like I said in the previous video. But yeah, in Jabulo Bloom, 6 to 6.5. He had a decent showing. You can tell his fitness is coming back. He was proper moving in this game. Like it's sometimes I feel this game is also a scam because when Chiefs is doing so much of the attacking, we're not getting pressed, and sometimes it gives a lot of like players like DMs chance to recover. The next one is Matt. There's a comment one of you guys made. I think it's Stephen or Steven Mushana, who said, when I do my starting lineups on Friday for Kaizer Chiefs versus Sundowns, I must not include Matt in my starting lineup because Matt's ancestors hear me when I say this and they go to Nabi's head and convince him that he must be in the starting lineup. Hey, that thing finished me. Hey, Stephen, now you have jokes, Baba. You have jokes. But I very just for that comment, so for that, we're going to pray to the powers that be that they don't include Matt. But yeah, Matt, I am going to give a 2. Matt is a rating of 2. There's not much we can say about Matt. He loses the ball. He's not creative. Matt is a number. You know, when we play with Matt and Ranga Chivavero, sometimes it's like it's 9 men against 11. Because these guys sometimes, they just don't look like soccer players sometimes. Like sometimes you ask yourself how Chiefs ended up signing some of these guys. You know, sometimes Chiefs' biggest problem in signing in the prior seasons is this thing of a player having a good season, meaning that he's good. That thing is a scam, guys. That thing is a scam. Sometimes a player has a very good season, but it doesn't mean he's good. Look at Sekgota. Sekgota had a good first 6 months at Kaizer Chiefs, and then after that, how? Now he's the worst player in the world. That's the thing. I don't like Chiefs signing a player based on form. They signed Ranga Chivavero based on form. And when he was getting signed, I asked the question. I was like, Ranga Chivavero in the past season scored 17 goals with Marumo Kellens. But before that, was he scoring goals? And no one could answer that question. So I was like, so now you think after one season, this guy is now going to be a scoring solution? You know, sometimes you'd rather sign a player like Mhango, who you know this guy every season scores goals, but not Mhango. I'm just giving an example of a player who is consistent. Every season, this guy will bring up 8 goals, 10 goals, 11 goals, whatever. Whatever team he plays for, he's finding a way to score goals. But then you find Ranga Chivavero. I only know his one season at Morumo. After that, I don't even know. But anyway, the next one we'll go to is who played on the Mdu Shabalala. Mdu Shabalala is going to get an 8. He's going to get an 8 specifically because he saved us. He got us 1 point. That is the best way. That there's not much we can say. Yes, his performance was not good in the first half. He was terrible in the first half. When I say terrible, I don't think saying he was bad. I'm just saying he can do better. Because Mdu Shabalala in this game, I was saying, should have had 4 goals. First half, how many chances did he get? He shoots straight at the keeper. Chiefs' problem of shooting at the keeper, sometimes I don't understand it. Why do these guys find the keeper like it's their brother? Like Angas, why? I don't know. But these guys always shoot straight at the keeper. Ranga Chivavero is even the worst. I was highlighting this the other day to be like, Ranga Chivavero is one of those players who does not have shooting technique. He just has power. And that's what he tries to do to score. So Ranga will beat a keeper because the keeper can't handle power. That's one thing I've picked up about him. It's not this thing Yoguti or place the ball or whatever the case may. He just, the moment he finds space, uti power, pow. And then I'm like, hey, you know what, sometimes. But anyway, I'm going to give him to a 8. The next one is Nkosi Ngobo. Nkosi Ngobo, I'm going to give a 6, but his fitness is a problem. After 30 minutes, the guy was finished. So my question is, Nkosi Ngobo, Mfana, what are you doing, man? If you want to make it into a Nabi squad, you need to train after hours, fix your fitness, because you can't be finished in 30 minutes. You need to improve your fitness. Mfundo Vilagazi, I'm going to give a 7, and his 7 is more based on hustle and effort. Hustle, effort, creativity. Mfundo Vilagazi was that kind of player. Hustle, effort, creativity. I don't know why he was cramping, but yeah, Mfundo Vilagazi, hustle, effort, creativity. The boy did well. The only thing I'll criticize the boy with, which is a fair criticism, is that in games, we're not going to get a lot of those chances. So those chances he had to shoot, I just want him to hit the target, make the keeper work, like just test the keeper, especially from range, From range, just test the keeper, because I'm not going to praise you for the one thing I'll praise you for is that chance you gave Rangachi Vavero, who messed it up. But I'm not going to praise you for taking a shot and missing the pole, because Samkelo Zwane has been taking shots and missing the pole for how many days now? Now we can't keep praising something that looks nice, but it's not nice. So that's one thing I'll say. So I'm going to give him that. Rangachi Vavero, 4. The less said about him, the better. Zwane, I'm going to give a 6. Zwane, I'm going to give a 6. Decent performance, but I'm going to give a 6. Serino, I'm going to give a 6. I've commented in my yesterday's video. I already gave you guys insight on what I think about Serino and Zwane. Zwane, like I said, I feel like this performance is that kind of performance that's going to make people forget good he has defensive midfielder problems, because Chiefs did not have to defend yesterday. Yesterday, we could have played with one centre back and the rest being attackers, and Magesi still wouldn't have been able to score a goal against us, because their goal was simple. The first one was a nice cross goal. The second one was a free kick. Other than that, what did they do? Nothing. So it was one of those games where Chiefs was just attacking from all directions. But other than that, that's all I have for today. Guys, tell me what you think of those ratings. Last one, actually, that I haven't given a rating is Nabi. Nabi, I am going to give you I'm going to give you a 5. The 5 I am going to give you is not because you made the right adjustments in the game. Second half, you brought in the right players. You basically threw in the kitchen sink. That's as that saying goes. But my only problem with Nabi is, why didn't you think that small teams are going to adopt this super sport way of playing? This thing of, I feel like Nabi needs to start realizing that teams are going to play Chiefs as if Chiefs is like a Barcelona or something, and say, have the ball, Chiefs. Tina, we don't want to play with you. You can have the ball. We're going to defend. Nabi must understand that that's how teams in the PSL are going to play him. So he needs to start training the boys to unlock, because the boys were struggling. The boys were struggling to unlock without Serino being on the field. With Serino not being on the field, we just can't get the right passes. And I just feel like that's a training thing. And that's one thing I also have raised in previous videos about Mdu Shabalala. Why does Mdu Shabalala have to see Serino on the field to wake up? Why? Why can't Mdu just wake up on his own and take responsibility? Why must he see Serino? It's like Mdu, that's why I said I'm starting to question, is Mdu a player that can be a star amongst a star-studded team? I feel like that's what Mdu Shabalala is. Mdu Shabalala seems like the kind of player who will kill each and every team as long as he plays with stars. But if he does not play with stars, he will just not give you anything. That's what I think. Amakhosi for life.